Hey YouTube, so I figured that since this is a pretty newer topic and it's getting a decent amount of hype and whatnot, I would just kind of talk to you guys about this Astro C40 TR controller. As you guys know, I'm kind of a controller head, I love playing with controllers and everything, so I figured I would just kind of just sound off on it and tell you guys my thoughts and opinions. So for starters, I think that this trailer's not very great. Like, I don't know, there's a decent amount of things that they leave out that in my opinion are kind of major things. So it's really cool and stylish, it's very stylized and everything, but my first biggest complaint, there's no price mentioning in it at all, which is definitely a huge thing, because if you guys haven't heard, this controller costs $200, and no, I did not mess anything up. Yep, it's $200 US. So yeah, that's the first thing. $200 in my opinion is outrageous. Okay, no matter what level of controller you're talking about here, whether it's a pro controller, one that pro players will use, or just a normal controller. So the reason why $200 is outrageous is, I know some people will say, oh well, keyboards and mice can cost upwards of like $400, maybe even $500. So here's the thing, is a keyboard and mouse are way more customizable than a PS4 controller. So take for instance, you can install LEDs, you can swap keys out, you can swap all kinds of things out with a keyboard and mouse. Okay, you're really getting your money's worth with that $400 in terms of customizability. And don't get me wrong, the whole switching the D-pad and PS4 stick layout, that is a cool gimmick, but again, that's really a gimmick because there are other cheaper PS4 controllers that do the same thing. Okay, the next thing is the sensitivity application that they have. So again, I'd really call this a gimmick. The reason why is because okay, a bulk of pro games, competitively played PS4 games, have sensitivity settings in them, because once again, those games are also designed with PC in mind, and they know the PC players want to have mouse sensitivity and things like that. So the sensitivity app is kind of a big gimmick to me. And again, I'm using the word gimmick a lot because that's what a bulk of it is. I don't understand this mindset with companies, because okay, it's a very niche market, to say the least, because again, you're looking at pro players on home consoles, which I don't think there's as large of a market as they think there is. Again, most of the pro players are on PC. I know fighting games prefer console setups, but again, that's only because it's just easier to use PC. But again, most fighting game players play stick, so once again, this is a baffling thing. The next thing is nobody knows about, so I'm assuming the build quality will be good, but again, what if the build quality is bad? What if I don't like the buttons on this pad? Okay, if I don't like the buttons, then I don't want to play with it and I just have a $200 brick. Okay, so what if the thumbsticks are bad? Again, you can swap out the tops of the thumbsticks, but you can't do anything if you don't like the thumbstick as a whole. And again, swapping out thumbsticks, that's a gimmick because other pads do the same thing. Other cheap $25 pads you can do that with. So overall, do I think that this thing will be worth the $200? No, heck no. There's no controller on the earth really worth $200, so this thing's a little bit baffling to me, but it is cool, I guess, to see Sony attempt something like this, kind of like the Xbox One Elite controller or whatever they called it. But yeah, so if you guys like this video, like it down below, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a wonderful day/night, YouTube, and peace.